class, and welcome to the last week of the class. My project is on impact of carbon dioxide on global warming. My name is Marcy Maikut. To an extent, the planet's increased warmth may be attributed to humanity. To successfully fight for the survival of our planet, we must fully comprehend the origins, effects, and complexity of global warming. There has been an increase in the rate at which fossil fuel is being used. These fossil fuels emit combustions such as carbon dioxide, which has resulted in the greenhouse effect within the Earth's base. To combat this issue, I've done an analysis on the effect of carbon dioxide in the To combat this issue, I've done an analysis on carbon dioxide, the relationship between carbon dioxide and atmospheric and the daily temperature of major cities. The datasets that I used in my analysis are the daily temperature of major cities dataset and the carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide ppm trends in atmospheric carbon dioxide dataset. These datasets are publicly available. I retrieved them from Global Monitoring Division of Earth System Research Laboratory of the US government. In these datasets, you can find variables such as average temperature of major cities on any given day. You also have the dry air mole ratio, which is calculated as the ratio of the quantity of carbon dioxide molecules to all other air molecules, including carbon dioxide itself after water vapor has been eliminated. The dataset is in TXT format and is publicly available. More carbon dioxide in the atmosphere traps more heat, which warms the environment. Since people are increasing the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, this contributes to the explanation as to why temperatures are rising globally. Carbon dioxide contributes for roughly 2/3 of all greenhouse gases produced by people. Studying these two datasets together, we are able to visualize major cities that are heavy contributors of carbon dioxide, causing the greenhouse effect. The high temperatures in these cities can then be attributed to high greenhouse gases emissions, majorly caused by industrial revolution and combustions of vehicle fuels. Actions can then be taken for the industries within these cities to shift to more renewable sources of energy and electric vehicles that do not pollute the environment. So the research questions in my project are: has there been an increase in atmospheric temperature as the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases? And what is the corresponding atmospheric temperature of a city if the concentration of carbon dioxide measured in 400 ppm? To determine the relationship between the rise in temperature of the Earth and the increase in atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide, I decided to use the city of Honolulu, Hawaii, because this particular city had all the data available in the datasets. So for the data preparation process, the steps included data conversion, cleaning, merging, and finally I merged the dataset as shown on the photo on the side. So for this process, I used Pandas, which is a Python library, which is popular when it comes to data analysis. First, using Pandas, I was able to load or import the datasets into Pandas. Next, I was able to group the daily temperatures and calculate their averages. And then I was able to get the dataset description for the annual measurement of concentration of carbon dioxide. And finally, I merged the two datasets to form a single dataset for further analysis. For the explanatory data analysis, I decided to use visualization, which helps to view data clearly and with a different from a different perspective. Here I was able to plot the average temperatures from 1995 to 2020, and also I was able to plot the average carbon dioxide concentration from 1979 to 2021 of Honolulu, Hawaii. So for the preliminary analysis, I used regression analysis to determine or to examine the relationship between the two variables. So first I used descriptive statistics, including the covariance matrix and correlation, to calculate or to determine whether there was a correlation between the two variables. As a result, I saw that there was evidence that there was a slight correlation between the two variables. So the next step was to plot data points on the chart. The dependent variable in this case, which was atmospheric temperature, was plotted on the y-axis, while the independent variable, which is the concentration of carbon dioxide, was plotted on the x-axis as shown. Parallel computing has become popular in today's world. So the thought process behind this parallel computing is the division of large and complex problems into small workloads and distributing them into multiple processors which work simultaneously. So this ensures that available computing power is extended to the data analysis process for better performance and task execution when analyzing large datasets. In this case, MapReduce is or was utilized to enhance the execution time aspect of the data processing. When looking at the results of the analysis, to determine the degree by which the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere affects the atmospheric temperature, a regression line was drawn passing through the data points of the chart. For this, I used the Seaborn module in Python, which provides functions that can be used to plot the regression line. So the equation of the line of best fit is given by the equation. From the analysis shown on the photo, it is evident that there is an existence of linear correlation between average temperature and the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It shows that the slope is positive, meaning that an increase in carbon dioxide concentration increases the atmospheric pressure. The upward trajectory demonstrated by the regression line also proves that the concentration of carbon dioxide has drastically led to the increase of the atmospheric temperature. However, or on the contrary, the preliminary analysis also shows that the fluctuation of atmospheric temperature does not entirely correspond to the concentration of carbon dioxide. This is because other factors come into play and can lead into various variations. In conclusion, from my analysis, it is evident that as the temperature increases, there's also an increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere from the city that I chose. So from this analysis, this project can be used by other cities to reduce their carbon the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by using renewable sources of energy, and also using or encouraging people to adopt the use of electric vehicles, which will lead to a decrease in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's all. Thank you.